Top of the morning to you listeners out there. It's a beautiful day. City of Lagos. I'm sure it's also a beautiful day from wherever you're listening to us from. This is your award-winning radio station, Jubilee 99.7 FM Lagos. Your number one talk, news, and sports radio station. And don't forget, we also bring you plenty of entertainment here. You can count on us 24/7. Round the clock. I'm sure a couple of you on your way to work. Maybe you're already at work. Whatever it is you're doing this morning, don't worry, we've got you covered. All front, okay? Right about now, time for the newspaper review. We're on Jubilee 99.7 FM Lagos. Of course, we'll bring you up to speed. All of the latest information making the round. My name is Pascal Mfonobong. Of course, I'm not doing this alone. Go with me in the studio.
My name is Mary Umar.
All right. Good morning, Mary. How are you doing this beautiful morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. You look radiant anyways.
Thank you.
Okay, Nigerians, let's bring you up to speed with what's making the rounds in some of the national dailies this morning. Let's start it first with the Daily Trust newspaper. And the big story on the Daily Trust newspaper reads, robbers kill 4 in a shopping mall near Abuja. You'd find the story on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper, and there are a couple of riders to this particular headline, and it reads, they forced customers to lay flat on ground. Survivors speaking there. It was like a dream. Our operatives responded on time, and that's coming from the police. But sad event here. 4 people killed in a shopping mall near Abuja. This is not the way to start the year. Trust me.
It's supposed to be at all. I saw the video before coming up, and it wasn't nice at all. I just had to, close my phone.
Okay, a sad one there. All right, let's move to other headlines that has made it to the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. It says county government and 44 local government areas lock horns over funds for capital project. Also, you'd find NJC budget increased to 341.63 billion naira from 165 billion naira. What else? Ondo governor suspends local government areas caretaker, a chairman. All right. You want to find out why? You grab the Daily Trust newspaper. Fears over new petrol price hike. Marketers plot 1,200 naira per litre. NNPCL is saying no need to panic. Okay. Hopefully. If it hits this amount, then it is going to, take our economy to a whole nother level. A level the Nigerians would not want to experience. Trust me. All right. You'd find this story on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Let me take it to the top page. And it reads, Chief Imam and Okada rider killed in fresh Plateau attacks. Like I said, this is not the way to start the year, okay? Enough of these killings. Enough. 335 billion naira fraud. EFCC mauls Sadia's arrest for showing interrogators. 35 billion naira fraud. EFCC mauls Sadia's arrest for showing interrogators. My successors plunged Nigeria into debt burden. That's coming from former President Olusegun Obasanjo. So these are the headlines that has made it to the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper.
All right, moving over to the Guardian newspaper this morning, the banner headline says, vandalism, fresh consigns for public asset as repair costs over 132 billion yearly. And it says road infrastructure, pipelines, rail lines, cables, top list of vandals targets. And the federal government expends 60 billion naira on pipeline repairs in 2023. And stakeholders seek stiffer sanction for vandals, enlightenment of the public. And that's on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Let's move over to here. It says ex-minister summons as EFCC arrests NSIPA ex-boss. And that's on page 3. Here it says Atiku to lead opposition alliance against Tinubu ahead of 2027 elections.
Interesting. Well,
quite interesting.
A PDP chieftain yesterday, that's Daniel Bwala, came out to say if you have to take away, if you have to dislodge or unseat the APC administration come 2027, then other parties will have to join the PDP to form an alliance to defeat the APC. Well, it is the PDP coming out to ask other parties to join them, and not other parties calling the PDP to join them. But however, let's see if this will, come into fruition.
All right, that story can be found on the page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. You've not met expectation. TUC tells Tinubu and the least demands, and this still on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Here it says ICPC probes alleged 6 weeks degree scheme by Cotonou Varsity. Quizzes undercover reporter, and that's on page 5. A sad 1 year Boko Haram terrorists killed 12 residents in Chibok, and that's on page 30. Here it says NNPC denies increment of petrol price to 1,200 naira. I've been seeing that report since yesterday, and I'm a bit concerned. Okay. All right, that's it for the Guardian.
All right, so let's turn our attention now to the Punch newspaper, and the banner headline reads, APC promises heavy defeat as Atiku eyes 2027 presidential bid. Okay, you'll find a story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Yes, there are a couple of writers to this headline. Atiku has wisdom, capacity, and energy, and will run in 2027, says aide. PDP welcomes former vice president and others. APC says former vice president will be defeated again. Obi will contest. Atiku should support him. Labour Party insists. Now, you saw what I was talking about. It's the PDP calling other parties to join them. And now the Labour Party is insisting that, Peter Obi will contest. And Atiku should support him. Okay. There's a picture story here, and it's also put together with... supported with a headline here that says police returned rescued trafficked children to Bochi. You'd find this on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. Page 20 says no plan to hike fuel price, and NPCL assures Nigerians. And on page 24, federal government eyes 750,000 jobs with gas initiative. All right, let's see how this one will pan out. Page 24 has this report. A Sierra Leone's president indicted in failed coup relocates to Nigeria. All right, page 7, you'll find this story. Mother of quadruplets held in Delta Hospital over 4 million naira bill. I'm sure it's some, well-meaning Nigerians out there who want to come to the aid of this mother. Yeah, 4 million naira bill. She put to bed quadruplet, and now she's been held in a Delta State Hospital over a 4 million naira bill. Pages 4 and 5 has this report. A president will return Bayelsa oil field taken under Buhari. All right, that's coming from the minister there. Page 27 has this report. To the top page, Obasanjo folds 88 trillion naira debt burden, says relief mismanaged. Page 19 has this report. Federal government to withdraw recognition of Kenya, Uganda, and Niger universities. Page 28, you'll find this report also. EFCC threatens Buhari's former minister's arrest over 37 billion naira fraud. All right, so these are the stories, or rather the headlines, that has made it to the front page of the Punch newspaper.
All right, moving over to the Daily Sun. The big story says tension over Fiat plan to hike fuel price. Marketers seek offshore refiners support to crash petroleum product cost. And NNPCL denies rifts with oil majors, says no price increase. And that's on page 2. And on page 26, we have no apologies backing Governor Diri's re-election, says Jonathan. And in Plateau, Chief Imam, 2 others killed, 2 kidnapped. And that's on page 5. Jigri Mills report of probe will be ready in 3 months. Education Minister. That's on page 8. Attempted coup. Nigerians grant asylum to Karoma, ex-Sierra Leonean president. And that's on page 6. Prioritize forex allocation. Cut number of BDCs. MAN tells federal government. And that's on page 26. And gunmen attack Abuja suburb. Lafia supermarket. Kills 4. Injured 2 policemen. And that's on page 4. And coming generation will bear burden of Nigerians' huge indebtedness. Obasanjo warns. And that's on page 6. And war extends beyond Gaza as Hamas leaders is killed in Beirut. And that's on page 6 of the Daily Sun. And that's it for the Daily Sun.
All right, real quick, let's switch your attention now to the Nation newspaper. And as usual, we'll start with the banner headline. And it reads, EFCC freezes 30 billion naira NSIPA, a cash trace to private accounts. Anti-graft body grills coordinator, arrests former DFA. A former humanitarian affairs minister fails to honor agencies' invitation. All right, let's move on. About lawmakers won't drop constituency project. They connect government to people at grassroots. You'll find it on page 3 of the Nation newspaper. Ex-Sierra Leone president Karoma heads for Nigeria on asylum after treason charges. All right, page 3 also has this report. 2 killed in another attack on Plateau community. Page 4 is a story on the top page of the Nation newspaper. Ada to suspend council caretaker chairman. Page 5 has this report. Sustained at the top page of the Nation newspaper. 4.5 million voters to elect 2 senators, 16 House of Reps, 25 assembly members next month. You'd find this story on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. Private school fees put parents under pressure. You want to find out why? It's on page 15 of the Nation newspaper. At the bottom page, why I backed Diri's re-election by Jonathan. Page 2 will, tell you about this particular report. Prayers for Akeredolu, former governor of Ondo State there. You'll find a story on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. So these are the headlines that has made it to the front page. Before I go, let's bring you these other headlines. Yes, a ticket to run again in 2027, says aid. Keep running. All right, says aid. You find this on page 2 of the Nation newspaper. And IMC captures 104.16 million into database. There's scare about, the NIN SIM linkage right now. There's been, reports about, people they have to just go and be sure that their NIN and SIM are linked together, because it feels like there's some, disparity in the linkage there. Maybe some are not correct and all of it. So read page 8 of the Nation newspaper. Yes, with that, we've come to a wrap on the newspaper review. But if there's any story that has caught my attention this morning from the papers that we've looked at this morning, it has to be the headline that says no increase in premium motor spirits, prices. That's in petrol, and NPC Limited assuring Nigerians there.
We hope so. We hope that they keep to their promise, because I heard it yesterday and I was like, really?
Yeah.
If fuel is sold at 120, then
1,200.
1,200. Sorry, and we know we've gotten to that stage where I call it the state of no return.
Well,
we hope so. We hope there's no more increment.
Yeah,
and,
we hope so, because they've actually come out and say no plan to hike fuel price, and they're assuring Nigerians about that one. So we hope it stays that way. So with that, we've come to the end of the newspaper review here on Jubilee 99.7 FM Lagos. We are your number one talk, news, and sports radio station. And don't forget, we also bring you plenty of entertainment for your listening pleasure here on radio. My name is Pascal Mfonabong, and
I am Mary Moore.
Join us by 9 o'clock for the Jubilee Mid-Morning Show.